Good evening. It's February 16, 22:15, 10:15 over here. And yeah, we're doing a live session today. Going to look at what are we going to look at the Office single sign-on add-ins. But first, let's start the show. Welcome back. After 2 test streams, we are actually, I think, back in business. I don't know. Let's see where we end. Let's open my code window here. Must be somewhere here, I guess. There it is. What are we going to do today? We're going to have a look at the single sign-on Office add-ins. And to do that, we are going to some documentation over here. Single sign-on, quick start. In this article, we use the Yeoman generator. This is the JavaScript Office add-in generator, where you can build your boilerplate add-in. Let's go into terminal. Lower the music a little bit. Oh, my posh is damaged. Well, we do without oh my posh then. CD data, CD repos, make directory. What's today? 2023 02 16. Yeah. And according to the documentation, how can we do this best? Let's do this a little bit side by side. First, we need to make sure that we have Node.js installed. I think that's already on here. npm, what's its version? Yeah, 9.3.1. That's the long-term support. And we have to run this command, npm install. That's probably already on this machine as well. It's checking the Yeoman generator software to see if it's all up to date. I also could have checked it with the version check, but let's just run this. In the meantime, we can read a little bit here. The latest version of Yeoman and the Yeoman generator for Office add-ins. To install these tools globally, run the following command via the command prompt. That's what we are doing right now. Even if you've previously installed the Yeoman generator, we recommend you update your packets to the latest version from npm. That's actually what we are doing right now. If you're using a Mac and don't have the Azure CLI installed on your machine, you must install Homebrew, the single sign-on configuration script that you'll run during this quick start. Will use the Homebrew to install the Azure CLI, and will then use the Azure CLI to configure single sign-on with Azure. To create the add-in project, the Yeoman generator can create single sign-on enabled Office add-in for Excel, Outlook, Word and PowerPoint with script type or with a script type of JavaScript or TypeScript. That's confusing. script type of JavaScript and TypeScript. The following instructions specify JavaScript and Excel, but you should choose the script and type of Office client that you best suits your scenario. That's one for the bloopers. We have to run Yo Office in here. Yo Office. When you run the Yo Office command, you may receive prompts about the data collection policies of Yeoman and add in CLI tools. Use the information that's provided to respond to the prompts as you see fit. And at this time we are going to choose the project type Office add-in task pane project supporting single sign-on localhost. That's somewhere here in the list, in here. Office add-in task pane project supporting single sign-on. Enter. We are selecting JavaScript according to that thing there, and it lost focus somehow. What do you want to name your add-in? Let's keep this default as is in the documentation of my Office add-in. And we are building the type of Excel for this one. Now we need to get this installed and built. Back to the reading. When prompted, you following the information create add-in, choose project Office add-in task pane project supporting single sign-on localhost, choosing TypeScript node, choosing script type JavaScript. What do you want to name your add-in? My Office add-in. Which Office client would you like to support? Choose Excel, Outlook, Word or PowerPoint. In this case we are selecting Excel. Then, after you complete the wizard, the generator creates a project and installs the supporting node components. You can ignore the next steps guidance that the Yeoman generator provides. After the add-in project being created, the step-by-step instructions with this article provide all the guidance that you need to complete the tutorial. Explore the project. Well, that's something that we have to do when this is finished. While we are doing so, please don't forget to subscribe on the YouTube channel softasinsoftware.com. No, not .coms. youtube.com/softasinsoftware. If you go to www.softasinsoftware.com, then you see all the videos. And we are even live today. You dare go to YouTube. You have the option to subscribe. It's free. And while we are waiting, that's a good opportunity to do so. Oh, let's... yeah, we're still waiting for this. The interesting thing is if you create this thing from Yeoman, then it already has some vulnerabilities in the result set. It doesn't show here anymore, I think, but probably need to fix something before you are going to deploy this to production. It's been some while ago that I was live regularly. Come on, you can do it. In the meantime, we can also have a look at the second step. Open that already in the browser. It is the part where we are actually going to deploy the single sign-on add-in. Where the first part of this was, let's read it. Office add-in that uses single sign-on requires server-side code. To support server-side code in the deployment, you need to use the Azure App Service. Follow the steps in the article to deploy the Office add-in Azure App Service for staging or deployment. Prerequisites: the steps in this article work for Office add-in created by Yeoman Generator add-ins using the Office add-in task-based project supporting single sign-on localhost. That's basically what we are doing in here. Be sure that you have configured the add-in project so that it runs on localhost successfully. That's what we are about to do here. For more information, see single sign-on quick start. That's this documentation. And while we were reading that, it's finished here. We don't need to follow the steps here. Yeah, we will, but it's also in the documentation in here. Go to the subfolder, I even did not create it in the date folder. Good evening, the Neo. How are you? Been a minute. Yeah. More than a minute. Let's go to my Office add-ins. cd my Office add-in. There. And have a look what's in here. Code dot. How are you doing? Yes, I trust the authors because I added this myself. What shall we do? Let's do that. Why is this having a strike through and it's suggesting us to install it? That's interesting. Extension is deprecated and no longer being maintained. So why does it suggest it to install this? In that case, it's an odd case, and then we are going to uninstall it again. Close all the documentation stuff in here. Go in here. And then we have the documentation on what's in here. The source task pane. Let's go back to the top. Configuration. Manifest file in the root. Defines the settings and capabilities of the add-in. That's this one. That's the one that we all know and love, with all the information on icons and locations and like the URLs for the deployed website and things like that. So this is the basically configuration file for the add-in. The env file in the root folder contains defines constants that are used in the add-in project. That's this one. There will be lots of secrets in here. I guess, later on. So let's close that for now. Task pane. The source file, source directory, task pane. There is the task pane HTML. That's basically the page that will be shown in the task bar. Not the task bar, task pane on the top right. On the right of the host application, in this case Excel. So you will see click the my user profile information that will collect the single sign-on information from the logged in user. The task pane in CSS with styling, obviously. Then the JavaScript project, source task pane JS, that's this one. That's doing all the initialization for the Office environment with the on-ready stuff there. That must be ready to be able to run the Office things. Authentication. The following files facilitate the single sign-on process and write data to the Office document. In the JavaScript project, the source helpers document helper. Document helper, that's this one. Filter user profile info, user info, display name, job title, mail, mobile phone, office location. Contains the code. There is no real code in here. Document helper. That uses the JavaScript API library to add the data from the graph into the document. There's no such file in TypeScript. We don't have the TypeScript project here, so I can't show you that. Source helper fallback auth dialog. That's this one. There's not much in there, an empty body. And the JavaScript file handling a lot of this plumbing stuff. Show login, pop-up dialog. And we have a source middle tier. Where is the middle tier? There we are. Single sign-on auth helper JavaScript. This one. That contains all the promise to get the access token and validate the JWT. The JSON web token. Now go configure the single sign-on. Let's close this. Go back in here. And we're running npm run configure single sign-on. That will throw some secrets on my screen that I obviously want to delete afterwards. I'm logging into Azure now with my account. This will close, or we can close it ourselves. Yeah, it's closed and went to the CLI document page, so we can close it again. And now we see here it created an app secret. If you type quickly, then you can access that probably. Let's copy that and bring that over to my clipboard there, and then CLS in here. Bye bye. Yeah, so now the next step. This is what we did. We created basically the app registration in Azure. That's done by the configure single sign-on script. Now test the add-in by running npm start but npm. Maybe I should do a typing course. Yeah, it's running. This will kick in Excel, yes. And it automatically opens the task pane. I'm not sure why. I think that didn't do that previously, but that's okay. Get started with your sample add-in. Got it. This is basically the page that we saw previously in the code with the get my user profile information. Let's hit that and see if we can log into Office. It asks me for permission, accept, yes. And it collected my information there. We do this again. And now it recognizes that it's already logged in. And we were able to do this. Close that. Close Excel. So that's the first step. Don't save. Now so we should close all these things. Probably. Is it done automatically? No, it's not. Now let's go to the deployment part. Let's see if we can do the same, continuing with this one. We already were reading that we needed this application to test this. The steps in this article also require an Azure account. That's what we did. Azure account extension for Fish Studio Code. That's interesting. I have to get used to the Windows 11 menu here. But that's not what you see on your screen probably. Well, let's do it in here. VS code dot. Because now we don't have the extension in here. We needed an Azure account. That's what we have. We have an Azure account, Azure account extension for Visual Studio Code. Let's have a look. Let's go back and open this in a new window and install this. Don't don't show the message again. Let's show that message again next time again for demo purposes. Continue. It's trying to open Visual Studio Code. Open. There we are. Let's click the install itself. Or do we have to do that? I guess we have to do that ourselves. Installing. It's done. Yeah, let's close this. Signing in, signing out. Back to the documentation. Azure App Service extension for Visual Studio Code. Yeah, we still want to show it next time for demo purposes again. Then we have the Azure App Service. Preview. And so now we have this little Azure thingy there. As described in here. Okay, let's close that again. We have to go back. It's a little bit annoying that it's not opening in a new window. Create the app service. The following steps set up the basic deployment of the Office add-in. There are multiple ways to configure deployment that are covered in documentation. For additional options on how to configure deployment, see deployment best practices. Build pipeline, obviously, continuous deployments, DevOps, scripts, automated. This is an automated process in general. Sign into Azure, open your Office add-in project in VisStudio. That's what we did already. Select the Azure logo in the activity bar. I guess this is the activity bar. If the activity bar is hidden, open it by selecting View Appearance Activity Bar. In the App Service Explorer, select Sign into Azure and follow the instructions. Sign into Azure. Let's select my demo account. You're signed in now, you can close the page. That's nice. Follow the instructions. Select the subscription. No subscriptions were found. That's indeed the case. But I think we're not using that. Oh, that is interesting. We do have a subscription. No, we don't have a subscription there. Oh, let's see if that's working for this. This assumes that this account also has an Azure subscription, as was done here. Get a trial subscription at Microsoft Azure. I wonder if we just can... Let's go back in here again. Open this in a new window. Because if I go into portal.azure.com with that account, this account, and we have a look at subscriptions, that's showing no subscriptions, but can we create a resource like a web app? No, that's not possible. App registration, app registration. See, I do have app registrations, but that's done by the demo that we just created. That is interesting. Let's delete some of these. don't have permission. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Guess that's this one. Copy. Oh, really? That must be this one then. App registrations. Ah, there it is. Can I delete it from here? I understand. Delete. This is a new one. This one from today. Let's switch back to the other one. Oh, by the way, let's check if I use this, if I can actually create a resource. Web app. No, that's also asking for something. So let's get back to this one. And start a free trial. Start free. Let's see what we can do here. Let's put this on screen first. You text me. I have to sign in with a code. I got on my text, I guess. 038909. Wat? My VAT ID is all optional. Fill out the secret information here. I agree, customer agreement. I would like to receive information, tips, and offers. Blah blah blah. Would like to Microsoft to share information. You may send me some offers on my demo account here. Oh, I'm not allowed to proceed here. If I quickly show that, it's not allowing me to proceed. So what am I missing here? I think nothing. What do I need here? Oh, verified code. Now my thing is back here. My next button. Now it wants to verify my card again. You won't be charged. My card number. Where is my card number? Copy. I think they use this for identification. That's not right. Sign up. Confirming your information. Like this, like so. Are you satisfied with your setup experience? Let's do that with a smile, because it's fairly easy to do. Please do not share any information, identification numbers, name, phone numbers, credit card number. Let's submit. Redirecting. In there. Ready to start with Azure, go to the portal. Interesting, now we have something in here. Let's see if it's also showing up here. Maybe we need to refresh this. As you're signing, maybe I should sign out again first. But I actually have a subscription there. Should be something like, what is it? No, something... trying to sign out here, but I don't see it. Here's Azure. Azure. Log out something. Let's go back to the documentation. I think there was something there. How do we sign out here? I think it was showing in the extension. Command. Should be showing in here as well. Ctrl Shift P. Azure. Sign out. Oh. Oh, there it is. Huh? Sign in again. There's my subscription. Yes. Okay, let's go back to the documentation here. Now your resource, sign into something, select the subscription, I guess. Follow the instructions. There are no instructions other than create a new web app. Right click on app services. Oh. Why is this thingy on top there? Right click. Advanced. We need to select advanced. Typically type a global name for the web app and enter global unique name. It's single sign-on office add in demo that soft as in software 2022 3/23 February 16, something like this. Copy that into my notes here. Enter, create a new resource group. Enter the resource group. Select the runtime stack. Select the resource group you want. If you want, if you don't have a resource group, create a new resource group. Then enter a name for the resource group, such as App Service QS. Select Node 16 LTS, and then Windows. Select the location, West Europe. Select the app service plan you want to use. If you don't have the app service plan, create a new app service plan. App service. Oh, we have to create a new one, I guess. And do we use free? Then we use F1 free. Select an application inside the resource. Skip for now. It's doing something here. I hope it won't charge the thing for me. Otherwise, this will be an expensive demo. But I guess it's a free demo. Let me check my credit card and see if it's charged already. Creating new web app. It's creating a new web app. So actually I have a reservation here from Microsoft Store for zero euros. See if I can make a screenshot of that. I'm allowed to make a screenshot of that. Created something. In the App Service Explorer, expand the node for blah blah blah. When select an application inside, that's skip for now. That's what we did. In the App Service Explorer in the Windows Studio, in the Visual Studio Code, expand the node for the new app. Right-click Application Settings. There's the newly created. Oh, this is the app service. What do we need to select here? In the app service select, Explorer, in Visual Studio, expand the node for the new app. We do have a new app service. Oh. We have to right click that. Yeah, and add a new setting. There's no setting. I think we missed something. Application settings. Oh. And we have to read properly. In the App Service Explorer in Visual Studio Code, expand the node for the new app. Right-click Application Settings. That's this thingy with this one. Right-click that and add new setting. And we have to make that name, I think. Add new setting, enter scmdo build during deployment. Copy. Enter. And the value should be true. True. Now we have such a thing. This app setting enables build automation at deploy time, which automatically detects the start script and generates the web config with it. Right-click your app service app and select Open in Portal. App service app, so this one. Open in Portal, there. Where's the documentation that we were reading? This one. Right-click the app service and select Open in Portal. When the portal opens in the browser, copy the domain of the URL, not the HTTPS part, from the overview pane and save it. Where is it? That's the URL. Copy and save it. That's what we did. You needed later steps. Update package.json. Open the package.json file, I guess in the application. In here. Package.json. Replace the start command in the script section with the following entry. Copy. Where is the start command? In the scripts section. There, script section, start. So this one should be removed then. Find the pre-start entry in scripts and delete it. There. Let's read it carefully. Open package.json file, replace the start entry, that's what we did. Find the pre-start section and delete it. Save the file. Update webpack config.js. Let's save this first. Then go into webpack config.js. Webpack config.js. This one. And there's a section called set the URL def and the URL prod constants to the following values without the HTTPS protocol portion. This will cause Webpack to replace localhost with your website domain in the destination manifest file. Set the URL def and URL prod constants to the following values. This will cause the Webpack to replace localhost 3000 with your website domain in the name website domain name in the manifest file. Your website domain name. So we need to copy this and we need to put that in here. Interesting, that's without HTTPS. And this one the domain name. So that should be, I guess, the one that we just copied from here. Copy. It's not completely clear in documentation. Single sign-on Office add-in demo. I hope that's not too long. And then remove this. Change this to your production deployment location. Find the copy Webpack plugins section and update it also. Update it to also copy the package.json file to the dist folder as shown in the following example. Copy Webpack plugin. Copy Webpack plugin is this one. Let's bring this to the side of that. Copy Webpack plugin patterns from assets name extension query. That's the same from package.json. That needs to be inserted, I think. Name extension transform if def return content, else return to string something. Let's copy this again and replace that section in here. I think to the square bracket. No, one more. That's interesting because that's not matching. It's this one. It's actually matching with this one indeed. Oh, that doesn't look good. There's something in there that's not fitting properly. Oh. Like this. So let's put only this part in. Let's put a new set of brackets in there, comma, then from package dot JSON, comma, to package dot JSON, comma. That's right. Let's check that. Copy web plugin. We have patterns, square brackets. That's it. Save that. Save the file, update the manifest. Manifest was located somewhere in the root of source, I think. No. There's the manifest. Replace a support URL with the URL of your website help page, and we don't have a website help page, I think. Support URL. It's this one. We have to copy that thing again. Copy. Like so. Replace the app domain. Same thing. In the scope section, scopes section, where here there's a scopes, scope user read, profile, and we have scope open lower caps, open ID slash scope. That should finish that. Save that. Update fallback auth dialog.js. Fallback auth dialog.js there. Helpers fallback or source helpers fallback TS if you TypeScript, but we don't have TypeScript. Find the redirect URI on 24. Line 24 there. And change the value to your app service app URL. For example, which one? The redirect URI. That's this one. Save file. Update environment. There's my secret again. Thanks for showing that. I will throw it anyway out again. Set node env to production. Production. Save that. Update app.js. App.js must be in the source somewhere. Task pane probably, no. It's just mentioned in here. Middle tier. There it is. Open the middle tier app.js file. If your project uses TypeScript, that must be in the other one. Replace the entire file contents with the following code. That's a lot of code. Copy. Ctrl-A, delete, paste. Now why is that complaining on squiggly? Should be an enter after it, maybe? Yeah. No other issues. Save the file. Update the app registration. In the Azure portal, open the app registration. I have to find the portal. That's this one, I think. subscription. Search for app registration. All applications. That's interesting because it's not showing this one. Where's the instruction page? Which one were we working on? This one? No. No. I lost my page what we were looking at. Ah, this one. In the Azure portal, open the registration, your app registration. This one is not showing for some reason. Yeah, but we don't have a registration here. We must have missed a step. Because we don't have the app registration yet. The reason was that we needed that first, the local version. That's not what we did. That is annoying because we did not do the first part here. On the other hand, I did create a new one. And I don't think it's looking at the names. So let's go in here. I think we have to redo something there. Which one is this the app? Where is it? This is my office heading. I think we did do this, didn't we? Yeah, we did do that. Only the question is, which one is the most recent? Because we have 3 with the same name. Let's find this. That's not in there. many do we have? 3 office add-ins. Oh. That's also another one. Let's go back in here. I think I created, because I made a copy of that on screen. It was the one with 28 DE, that's this one. So we have to open that one, I guess. Then go back to the documentation. Which was the documentation. We have too much open here. This can go. This can go. This can go. This is the one. Update the app registration in the Azure portal. That's this one. Let's drag that out. It's a bit hard to get it on screen for you to follow. I'll go to authentication. Be sure you're in the right account. Authentication. On the authentication pane, find the thingy there and replace that with your URL. That's the URL over there again. Copy that. Fallback auth thingy. This one. I would also say that we need to change the top one. But it's not saying that. Save changes. I think it should also be this one. There's a save button here, or is that automatically saved? Save the change. Where can we save the change? Oh, there's the save. Front channel, logout URL. I think that's not relevant. Find the fallback auth dialog. That's what we did. Change the URL for that. Save the change. In the left bar, sidebar, select expose an API. Expose an API. Have to do the same thing probably. Replace the local host with the domain name as if previously. Copy that. must be this one. How do we edit that? Here. Application ID URI, yes. Edit. Save. Save the change, expose the API, that's what we did. Save the change, build and deploy. Once the files and app registration are updated, you can deploy the add-in in VS Code, open the terminal and run npm run build. In here, like terminal, did we save everything? Well, save all. That's already done. In the terminal window. What do we need to do there? I think build it. npm run build. npm run build. That should create a distribution folder. This will build a folder named dist that you can deploy in the VS Code Explorer. Browse to the dist folder, right click dist and deploy it to web app. Interesting. When prompted to select the resource, select the app service app you created previously. When prompted, if you are sure, select deploy. When prompted to always deploy the workspace, choose yes. If you make additional changes, you need to run npm run build again and redeploy the project. Compiled successfully. Now we have to go, what was it? VS Code, browse to the dist folder there. Right click the dist folder and select deploy to web app. Select the resource group. Are you sure you want to deploy to single sign-on demo? Yes, this will override any previous deployment and cannot be undone. Yes, I want to do that. Always deploy, select yes. Deploying to single sign-on Office add-in demo. They should push it into the thingy over here. Still deploying. Check the output window for status. Okay. Not much. Click on that. Oh, it's a different. copying files. So it's copying files over, deleting the offline HTML, using startup script, generating web config, does not specify the Java engine version, run with a default node 1616, select npm 811. Yeah, is something happening here? I think the information is just behind the logo. Oh, deployment completed. Oh, come on. No. There you are. Deployment completed. So now back to where we were. Let's see, build and deploy. If you make additional code changes, you need to run build again. Test the deployment, sideload the dist manifest file and test the functionality of the add-in. See sideload Office add-in for testing. Office add-ins on Windows. Yeah, so we need to create a share for that. There. Now we need to do that in here. See data repos. And we have this one. This one, there's the manifest, I think, there. Is that what the documentation said? Sideload the dist manifest XML, yeah. Properties, sharing, create a share here. Type a name and, well, we are in there ourselves. Share. Do you want to turn on network discovery? No, make the network that I'm connected to private network. Done. So now this one, copy. Close that. Close that. Close this. And open Excel. Options. Have to remember add-ins. Trust Center. Then adding catalog. We have to add a share there. Not sure if we need a backslash behind that. Show in menu. Okay. 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 Close this to open Excel again. Now we have inserts. Get add-ins. I think it's add-in my add-ins. Manage my add-ins. No. Where's my Excel there? Shared folder, that's the one. Add-in that shows how to use single sign-on. Add this. Now it's side loading that. Yes. This is actually the one that I probably also see if you open the URL in the browser. This one. See, that's the same one. We test that in a minute where we change something. Get my user profile information. And it's actually picking it up. It was already logged in probably from a previous session, so that's interesting. So now let's change something in the application. Don't save this. Go to the application here and let's go into the files here. Oh, not closing that. We want to go to the index file, for instance, the task pane item, task pane HTML, and put in something here. Welcome. Soft as in software. Save this. Now we have to go back to terminal. Do the deployment again. First run build again. That's done successfully. Now go back to the dist folder. Oh, I created this in the dist folder. That's not good. I should do this in the source folder, obviously, in the task pane HTML. Did I do that? Welcome, welcome. Where's welcome? Oh, yeah, I did it in this one. Why is there one behind that? Was it's already open somewhere? Close all. Let's open the one in here. Let's make sure that we build that again. Successfully built. Where is it? Dist folder there. Right click, deploy to web. Are you sure you want to deploy? Yes. Yeah, go in here and click on this again. Starting deployment. Copying files. Deployment completed. Browse the website. Let's browse the website. Let's see what's doing there. Welcome software. That's good. That's new. In the production URL. Now go to Excel. Open a blank workbook. Now the question is, can I just click this? And there we are, the updated version. This is actually coming from the interwebs, I think. I can prove that if we go to inspect and have a look at sources, maybe network, I guess, and close this again and open that. Where is it? Where's my debugger? I lost my debugger. Inspect network. Let's do a refresh on the, where is it going? Come on. There it is. Ah, come on. Refresh this. Let's see if it's something happening. There we are. It's not showing where it comes from, but yeah, there it is. So this is actually from the Azure side. Now let's click on this, and this is working as well. Get user data, I think it was this one. Got some information over the webs from the Azure side again. So we actually proved that it's working. Great. Why is this typing thing is not right? I think it copied something not properly. What's this? Achieve more. Achieve more. I think that's the font is missing or something. I don't know. Not sure why the icon here is not properly formatted. I think there's more. Not right here. Oh, there it is. Refresh and you get the things there again. Good. It all works well. Let's wrap that up. Don't save. Well, we have to go undo some things here. Excel. Go to options and Trust Center. We are going to clear the trusted catalog again. Clear. Yes. I'll remove that as well. So now if we open Excel again, it won't show the add-in anymore. There it is, gone. Now we have to go into the portal. This is the deployment thingy. Now we have to find app registrations. And we are going to remove all of these. Delete. I understand. Yes. Outlook. Delete. Understand. Yes. That's the beauty of this demo environments. Just delete everything. My office admin. That's the one. Delete. Delete. Oh, failed to delete. It's probably already gone. Is it? Cancel. Okay. App registrations. Yeah, none. They're all gone. Oh, there's one left here. But is that mine? That's a localhost version. You don't have permission, so that's probably the other one. App registrations. There's another one. Delete. Let's quickly check. URL, yes, localhost version. Delete. Delete. And it should be gone now. View all thingies. Online client extensibility from 2020. Let's clear that out as well. Live coding admin. Yeah, that's also a demo. Let's clean that up. The other one. That's even worse. Delete. Refresh. Have a look at all. It should be clear all. No registrations anymore. That's good. Switch back to the other one. All gone. Good. I have to go to the resource group. Where are the resource groups? And there's another thing that we can delete. Always clean your demo resources, especially if you created a demo on YouTube. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's remove that. Should go in here. That's the resource group. Run the delete command and selection selected resources. I want to delete the complete one. Where do we do that? Delete resource group there. type the resource group. Well, that's a little bit much to type, but let's select that, copy, delete. Nothing left. The app service is part of the resource group, so that should go delete, refresh. Well, that will probably be handled in the background. Sign in now, that can close. This is the add-in, the extension I should say. So we have 3 things left now. The documentation from this one, the quick start, and we have the documentation from deployment, and that was finished properly. Let's refresh this, it's still going on. Okay. Well, I want, there it goes already. The app service should be part of that. That's interesting because it not created in yet. It's created in the same resource group. If I click here, that should fail. Yeah, that's gone. Look at all. Refresh. Interesting, the app service is still there. Control F5. There it is. The recent. View all resources. No resources. There you go. Empty the bin. Let's wrap it up because it's late already. So what did we do today? Today we created a single sign-on Office application, Office add-in I should say. And after that we also deployed it really to a production Azure app service. And we saw that the single sign-on also was working properly on the Azure deployed web app. So that's a good thing. Happy to see that this was all working. Again, if you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notifications. That will allow YouTube to think that this video should be promoted. I will be back next week. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.